Many people are captivated by the unknown, whether their imaginations lead them to deep space, unsolved mysteries, or other wonders of the human mind. However, some of the most terrifying creatures on Earth dwell in the depths of the sea. Luckily for the curious, several of these frightening monsters have been caught on camera, which brings us to the 15 most terrifying monsters lurking in the deep sea. Number 15. Antarctic Aliens. In February 2021, a mysterious discovery was made by pure accident. While these sponge-like creatures living beneath ice shelves in the Antarctic don't look frightening or terrifying, their existence could however mean there's far much more than we do not know about living in the coldest parts of our world. Dr. Hugh Griffiths of the British Antarctic Survey had this to say about the eye discovery. This discovery is one of these fortunate accidents that push ideas in different directions and show us that Antarctic marine life is incredibly special and amazingly adapted to a frozen world. Dr. Griffiths, who works in the Antarctic, continued his thoughts on the discovery. Our discovery raises so many more questions than it answers, such as how did they get there? What are they eating? How long have they been there? How common are these boulders covered in life? Are these the same species as we see outside the ice shelf, or are they new species? And what would happen to these communities if the ice shelf collapsed? The discovery goes against all previous wisdom, which led scientists to believe there wasn't a way for hard life forms to live beneath the ice shelves. While we still don't know very much regarding these Antarctic aliens, does that mean we may have non-Earth life forms living beneath the ice shelves? The most likely from this planet, but we don't know yet their significance or purpose. According to Dr. Griffiths, humans have only seen the size of a tennis court beneath the ice shelves, meaning there could be a lot more than we're unaware of. Sometimes the unknown can be a bit terrifying, right? Let's leave this one to the scientists before we unlock a portal to an Arctic world full of ice creatures that will give us endless winter. Is winter coming to Earth? Number 14. Nautilus. The chambered nautilus is a living fossil, and the species is believed to have been around for over 500 million years, yes, before the time of the dinosaurs. While these soft-bellied invertebrates have beautiful shells, like everything in the deepest parts of the sea, there is far more than meets the eye. Here is some important and mad scientist-esque details about nautilus shells. The shell of an adult nautilus contains over 30 chambers, which is incredible considering the animals typically aren't larger than 10 inches in diameter. The shells of a nautilus grow as the nautilus ages, forming a genetically hardwired shape known as a logarithmic spiral. What's even more fascinating is that the nautilus can control the gas and liquid within its chambers, allowing it to ascend or descend in the water column with ease. This natural buoyancy control system is so efficient that scientists have studied it for inspiration in designing submarines. The nautilus also has up to 90 tentacles, which it uses to grab food and explore its surroundings, giving it an almost alien-like appearance. Unlike other cephalopods, the nautilus lacks suckers on its tentacles, relying instead on a sticky surface to grip its prey. Its eyes, while primitive compared to other cephalopods, are highly sensitive to light, helping it navigate the dark depths of the ocean. Adding to its mystique is its ability to retreat entirely into its shell, sealing itself off with a leathery hood to protect against predators. So what do these amazing creatures eat? They're mostly scavengers of dead crustaceans, fish, and anything else floating around, including dead nautiluses. However, they'll hunt living hermit crabs. See? They may be beautiful, but they're still terrifying and not to be trusted. Number 13. Snake sea cucumber. The snake sea cucumber looks almost exactly as it sounds. It definitely gives off sea snake vibes, and no, not the same sea snake from House of the Dragon fame. There are about 1,500 species of sea cucumbers, and they come in a variety of colors and sizes. Specifically, there are approximately 120 species that live primarily in the Indo-Pacific. They can be anywhere from less than an inch to several feet long, with some reaching over 10 feet long. What makes them even more unsettling is their ability to eject their internal organs as a defense mechanism, essentially sacrificing parts of themselves to escape predators. These organs are later regenerated, making them one of the ocean's most bizarre survivalists. Some species can even release a sticky, toxic substance called holothurin, which can paralyze or kill small predators. Their tentacles, while primarily used for feeding, also give them an eerie, alien-like appearance as they writhe and shovel food into their mouths. Adding to their creep factor is their ability to breathe through their anus, a unique adaptation that's both fascinating and unsettling. Despite their slow, almost harmless movements, their strange behaviors and appearance make them seem like creatures from another world. At times, the sea cucumbers will travel together in large colonies, often gathering together on a sponge to have a party, discuss their favorite microorganism restaurant, or plot how they plan on taking over the world. While these creatures can look terrifyingly beautiful up close, they actually play an important role in the ocean's ecosystem. Some species of sea cucumbers ingest sediment and remove the necessary food from the sediment before excreting the sediment in long strands. One sea cucumber can excrete 99 pounds of sediment in 1 year. These excretions keep nutrients cycling in a useful manner. See? Monstrous-looking creatures can be useful as well. Number 12. Telescope fish. At first glance, the telescope fish looks kinda standard, but when they open their mouths, these deep-sea monsters look like absolute demons born of all the world's sins. With their large, nearly ghost-like eyes, the telescope fish immediately gives off an eerie presence that should make anyone a bit uneasy. Those eyes make it possible for telescope fish to hunt 500 to 3,000 meters underneath the surface. However, they do not have lateral vision. What's even more unsettling is their ability to unhinge their jaws, allowing them to swallow prey larger than their own bodies, a trait that feels straight out of a nightmare. Their elongated, eel-like bodies are covered in a dark, almost metallic sheen, making them blend seamlessly into the abyssal depths. Telescope fish are ambush predators, lying in wait for the perfect moment to strike, and their bioluminescent lure only adds to their predatory arsenal. Some scientists believe their bioluminescence may also serve as a form of communication, though what they might be signaling in the pitch-black depths remains a mystery. Adding to their mystique is their ability to survive in extreme pressure and near-freezing temperatures, conditions that would crush or freeze most other creatures. Their ghostly, otherworldly appearance has led some to nickname them the Phantoms of the Deep, a title that feels all too fitting. The telescope fish are able to use bioluminescence to capture prey, and by using outlined silhouettes from the sun by looking upwards to find their next meal. Honestly, how is this not the theme of a deep-sea horror franchise? It's not to be messed with. Luckily, they're so far down in the ocean they rarely come in contact with humans. Also, for that reason, we don't know much regarding the lifespan, diet, or migration patterns of these frightening beasts. Sometimes a little ignorance might be for the best. We'd hate to see telescope fish accidentally come across some growth hormone and start feeding on humans. Speaking of that deep-sea horror franchise. Number 11. Portuguese Man of War. The Portuguese Man of War looks like a jellyfish with bubbly, bluish-black tentacles that look straight out of a deep-sea sci-fi horror film. As you can see, this is a theme with all of these terrifying beasts. Most look like they're ready to take over a planet and rule without mercy. The Portuguese Man of War isn't actually a jellyfish. Instead, it's a species of siphonophore. What makes a siphonophore horrifying and just a little creepy? A siphonophore is unusual in our Earth's realm but sounds like an extremely creative mind came up with its structure. They're made up of a colony of specialized, genetically identical parts called zooids. These objects all have various forms and functions, but they all work together as one, a little Mass Effect hive mind type of thing going on, sort of, but on an organism-by-organism basis instead of an entire population. What's even more unsettling is that the Portuguese Man of War's tentacles can grow up to 165 feet long, trailing silently beneath the surface like invisible death traps. These tentacles are covered in venom-filled nematocysts, which fire tiny harpoons into their prey, paralyzing and killing small fish and crustaceans almost instantly. Even detached tentacles can still sting, making them a hazard long after the creature itself has drifted away. Their gas-filled bladder, which floats on the surface like a sinister balloon, allows them to be carried by the wind and currents, meaning they can show up almost anywhere without warning. Some beaches have been forced to close due to mass strandings of these creatures, as their stings can cause excruciating pain, difficulty breathing, and even cardiac arrest in severe cases. Despite their terrifying nature, they are also a favorite snack for loggerhead turtles, whose thick skin protects them from the venom. However, want to know something else horrifying about the Portuguese Man of War? They sometimes travel in legions of 1,000 or more, and their tentacles can cause stings that are powerful enough to cause the death of humans. Yeah, it's better to just not mess around with these things. Now it's time for today's topic. In April 2025, seasoned diver and marine biologist Eric Lawson was conducting a solo deep-sea research dive 30 miles off the coast of Monterey, California. Equipped with a GoPro Hero 12 and a full-body pressure suit, Eric was filming benthic activity at a depth of nearly 300 feet when a sudden drop in ambient light startled him. At first, he thought a storm had rolled in overhead, but the surface remained calm. Looking up, his camera captured a chilling sight, a dark, impossibly large silhouette passing silently above him. The creature moved with the grace of a whale but had no visible dorsal fin or tail flukes. It stretched across the entire field of view for over 8 seconds before disappearing into the shadows. Eric immediately surfaced and ended the dive. Whatever it wasn't a whale, shark, or squid, he told the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute. I've never felt that small before. It was like the ocean itself blinked. The footage is now under review by NOAA and BARI, though some officials suggest it may have been an illusion caused by light diffraction. Still, Eric swears by what he saw, and he hasn't set foot in the ocean since. Number 10. Mystery creature. If you're fascinated by aliens or sci-fi flicks, this mysterious three-legged creature will tickle your fancy. After the initial video of the monster hit the internet, curious onlookers likened it to killer beasts from Stranger Things. Yeah, that Netflix show absolutely nobody has heard of. Just kidding. Others joked the creature looked like a Pokemon and should immediately be thrown back into the waters. What made the creature even more bizarre was the way it moved, almost as if it were gliding through the water with an unnatural, otherworldly grace. Its three appendages, which seemed to function as legs, gave it an unsettling, spider-like appearance that only added to its alien mystique. Some witnesses claimed the creature emitted a faint, eerie glow, though this could have been a trick of the light in the murky water. The gaping mouth, lined with rows of tiny, sharp teeth, looked like it could easily latch onto prey and never let go. Adding to the mystery, the creature's gills, located where its eyes should have been, pulsed rhythmically, almost as if it were breathing in a way no known sea creature does. Theories about its origin ranged from a deep-sea mutation to an undiscovered species that had somehow evaded human detection for centuries. The grayish-colored creature appeared to have a gaping mouth and gills where its eyes were supposed to be. Does it look like something from Earth? Absolutely not. However, experts at the Ocean Conservation Trust claim the animal is some kind of elasmobranch, a term used to define sharks, rays, and skates. Perhaps one day we'll learn exactly what this frightening creature happens to be. Number 9. Gobi. Now this is something of nightmares. In 2016, a Malaysian fisherman named Anar Paktam caught a long, colorless gobi eel that seemingly belongs to the Gobiidae family. This terrifying creature looks as if it feeds on human flesh, using ranch as a side dip to spice things up a little. What makes these eels even more unsettling is their translucent, almost ghost-like appearance, which allows you to see some of their internal organs. Their sharp, needle-like teeth are perfectly designed for gripping and tearing apart prey, making them efficient hunters in their murky habitats. Some reports suggest that these eels are highly aggressive when cornered, thrashing violently and snapping at anything within reach. The purple gobi eels, on the other hand, are even more bizarre, with their vibrant, almost glowing coloration that seems to warn predators to stay away. Scientists believe their unusual color may be a result of their diet or the unique conditions of the lakes they inhabit, but no one knows for sure. Adding to their eerie mystique is their ability to burrow into the lakebed, hiding themselves completely until it's time to ambush their prey. In 2022, a Chinese fisherman caught a group of purple gobi eels, which many are saying resemble the chestburster from alien lore. Well, they would be correct, as the purple gobi eel definitely looks like something from out of this world. The purple demon eel gobies were found in Tao Lake and Yingjing, eastern China's Yangshuo province. There's a reason for the existence of such a terrifying creature, but we're unsure of that reason and simply want this beast to stay far away from us and our chest. Number 8. Black Sea Urchin. The water hedgehog of doom. The evil deep-sea porcupine. The all-seeing urchin. What are we talking about? The Diadema antillarum, known to mere mortals as the Black Sea Urchin. The Black Sea Urchin is a sharp specimen that hides in small crevices along the reef. These invertebrates are known for their hard, spiny covering and for their spines being significantly longer than other urchins. What makes them even more terrifying is that their spines are not just sharp but also brittle, meaning they can easily break off and embed themselves into the skin of anything, or anyone, unlucky enough to touch them. The spines are coated with a mild venom that, while not deadly to humans, can cause intense pain, swelling, and irritation. Black sea urchins are also nocturnal, coming out at night to feed on algae, which helps keep coral reefs healthy and balanced. However, their nocturnal habits make them even more mysterious, as they seem to vanish into the shadows during the day. Their ability to see using their spines is a fascinating adaptation, allowing them to detect changes in light and movement, making them highly aware of their surroundings. This heightened awareness helps them avoid predators and find food in the dark, murky waters they inhabit. Despite their intimidating appearance, they play a vital role in maintaining the health of coral reefs by preventing algae overgrowth. They live 1 to 10 meters deep in the ocean and survived near extinction in the 1980s when 90% of the species were wiped out throughout Florida, the Caribbean, and Bermuda. Fortunately, the species continues to recover. For now, we'll leave these urchins alone before they take our souls or something. Number 7. Humphead parrotfish. The humphead parrotfish looks like a cross between a parrot and a sea zombie. These bizarre-looking creatures could star in their own sci-fi horror film. These monstrosities of the sea can grow to a length of 1.3 meters and can weigh as much as 100 pounds. The humphead parrotfish is the largest herbivorous fish inhabiting coral reefs and is known for its slow-moving, group mentality, just like zombies. See where we're going with this? What's even more unsettling is their ability to use their massive, beak-like teeth to crush and grind coral, which they consume to extract algae. This process leaves behind fine sand, meaning these creatures are literally responsible for creating parts of the beaches we walk on. Their powerful jaws are strong enough to break through rock-hard coral, making you wonder what else they could crush if they wanted to. Adding to their eerie appearance is the large, bulbous hump on their foreheads, which they use to headbutt rivals during territorial disputes. These headbutting battles can be surprisingly violent, with loud thuds echoing through the water as they clash. Despite their zombie-like demeanor, they play a crucial role in maintaining the health of coral reefs by preventing algae overgrowth. However, their slow movements and group behavior make them easy targets for spearfishers, which has led to concerns about overharvesting. You may not want to mess around with a group of 100-pound zombie parrots that lurk in the coral reef. Due to their group nature and slow-moving nature, the species is believed to be overharvested by spearfishers, but not enough information is available to see the humphead parrotfish as an endangered species. Better not make them angry, or they may start headbutting us all and attempting to make humans endangered. Number 6. Bearded Fireworm. At first glance, the slow-moving bearded fireworm may look harmless, and some may even say it's a beautiful-looking creature. However, for those of us who have seen far too many sci-fi films, we know that even innocent-looking creatures can cause all kinds of damage that we wouldn't even wish on our worst enemies. That might be stretching it a little. The worms can reach up to 35.6 centimeters but are typically between 7 to 10 centimeters. What makes them even more unsettling is their ability to blend into coral reefs, making them nearly invisible to unsuspecting prey or an unlucky diver. Their bristles, which look soft and feathery, are actually sharp, venomous spines that can easily pierce human skin. When threatened, they flare these bristles in a defensive display, almost like a warning sign that most predators are smart enough to avoid. The venom they inject doesn't just cause pain. It can also lead to intense swelling and a burning sensation that feels like fire, hence their name. Some victims have reported lingering effects for days, making even a brief encounter with this creature a nightmare. Bearded fireworms are also scavengers, feeding on dead or decaying matter, but they've been known to prey on small fish and crustaceans as well. Their slow, deliberate movements may seem harmless, but they're calculated, allowing them to sneak up on prey or avoid detection. So what makes these creatures so terrifying? Well, these predators flare their bristles, which inject anything they touch with a powerful neurotoxin. Now, not so pretty anymore, are they? The neurotoxin is powerful enough to give humans dizziness and nausea for several hours, also leading to the need to remove the spines from the wound. What lesson can we learn from the bearded fireworm? Even beautiful things are terrifying in the deep sea. Number 5. Mako Shark. A shark that can grow to 13 feet long and weigh as much as 1,260 pounds? Oh, that's not all. The Mako shark can also swim up to 80 miles per hour, making it one of the most deadly, terrifying predators in the sea. To be more exact, the Mako shark belongs to the mackerel family of sharks. The term Mako defines the shortfin and longfin. The deadly predator we're speaking about here is the shortfin Mako. What makes the shortfin Mako even more terrifying is its incredible intelligence, as it's known to be one of the smartest sharks in the ocean. They have excellent problem-solving skills and can adapt their hunting strategies based on the behavior of their prey. Their streamlined bodies and powerful tails make them not only fast but also highly maneuverable, allowing them to chase down even the quickest fish. The Mako's teeth are razor-sharp and designed to tear through flesh with ease, making it a nightmare for anything caught in its path. They are also known to be highly aggressive when provoked, and their speed combined with their strength makes them nearly impossible to escape. Some fishermen have reported Makos leaping onto boats in a frenzy, showcasing their raw power and unpredictability. Is the shortfin Mako not scary enough for you? Can also leap approximately 30 feet outside of the water when hunting. Basically, it's not in your best interest to mess with a shortfin Mako shark, as they can and will ruin your day at their leisure. While the shortfin Mako is one of a few shark species that have bitten and killed humans, such events are extremely rare and are said to have happened due to mistaken identity. Lucky for us humans, the shortfin Mako hasn't decided to go full Planet of the Apes on us, as Earth would absolutely be theirs. Number 4. Monkfish. The monkfish is one of the most frightening and strange-looking monsters found in the sea. There are 7 different varieties of monkfish, and they all look equally terrifying. They grow to be approximately 78 inches in length and can weigh up to 127 pounds. These sea devils also have a unique way to lure in their prey. They have an antenna in the middle of their head, which they use to lure in their latest snack. What makes this even more horrifying is that the antenna is tipped with a fleshy, glowing lure that mimics the movements of smaller fish, tricking unsuspecting prey into swimming right into the monkfish's gaping mouth. Their mouths are enormous, capable of swallowing prey nearly half their size in a single gulp, thanks to their elastic stomachs. Monkfish are ambush predators, lying motionless on the seafloor and blending in with their surroundings until the perfect moment to strike. Their sharp, needle-like teeth are angled inward, ensuring that once prey is caught, there's no escape. Despite their sluggish appearance, monkfish are surprisingly fast when it comes to capturing prey, lunging forward with shocking speed. Want to hear another terrifying fact about these monsters of the deep? Female monkfish lay over 1 million eggs at once. The wall of eggs can stretch to nearly 3.5 feet in width and 33 feet in length. While these fish look terrifying, we humans seem to be a larger threat to them than they are to us. Monkfish are commercially fished and are considered to be quite tasty to those who can stomach eating something that looks as unappetizing as the monkfish. Number 3. Hagfish. This is about to get a little slimy. The hagfish, or the slime eel, is an interesting spineless creature. Like, they don't have a spine, they aren't cowards or anything like that, at least as far as we know. Hagfish are considered to be one of the most disgusting animals on Earth. These ill-shaped creatures use 4 pairs of thin sensory tentacles surrounding their mouths to find food, including carcasses of larger animals. Once they find a bite to eat, they bury into it face first to bore a tunnel deep into its body. Hagfish literally eat the soul of their food. What's even more unsettling is their ability to tie their bodies into knots to gain leverage while feeding or to escape predators. This knot-tying behavior also helps them clean off excess slime, which can otherwise suffocate them if it builds up too much. Speaking of slime, a single hagfish can produce enough of it to clog the gills of a predator, effectively suffocating it. In fact, their slime expands rapidly when mixed with water, creating a sticky, suffocating mess that's nearly impossible to escape. Some fishermen have even reported their nets being completely ruined by hagfish slime, which can harden into a glue-like substance. Despite their grotesque feeding habits, hagfish play a crucial role in marine ecosystems by cleaning up dead and decaying matter. Their unique physiology also makes them a subject of scientific interest, particularly in the development of new materials inspired by their slime. However, that's not where these animals stop being a bit frightening. Hagfish produce slime, and a lot of it. They use this slime, made of thin protein fibers, as a defense mechanism. Hagfish slime is more durable, flexible, and retentive than slime excreted by other animals. If a hagfish is captured or cornered by a predator, it can release a large amount of slime to help them escape. Just how durable is hagfish slime? Scientists found a 100-million-year-old hagfish fossil that still has slime preserved. Yeah, the slime is that durable. Hagfish have been around for approximately 500 million years and have been excreting this terrifyingly bizarre slime for that long. Luckily for us humans, hagfish can go months without food, often preferring to suck nutrients in through their skin. Perhaps that's why scientists believe hagfish haven't evolved much in the past 300 million years. Number 2. Helmet jellyfish. When you first take a glance at the helmet jellyfish, you would think they might be some kind of alien communication device, alien weapons, or something that wants to suck your brains out through your nostrils. These deep-water beasts are indeed from Earth, living anywhere from 900 to 7,000 meters deep. The helmet jellyfish have also developed bioluminescence. Their glowing bodies not only help them navigate the pitch-black depths, but also serve as a way to confuse or attract prey. Some scientists believe their bioluminescence could also be a form of communication, though what they might be saying remains a mystery. Despite their eerie glow, they are incredibly fragile, with gelatinous bodies that can be torn apart by even the slightest disturbance. What's even more fascinating is their ability to shrink their bodies when food is scarce, conserving energy in a way that seems almost otherworldly. They drift silently through the water, propelled by gentle pulsations, giving them an almost ghostly appearance. Their sensory bulb, while primitive, is highly sensitive to even the faintest changes in light, allowing them to detect predators or prey in their dark environment. However, these creatures cannot survive if exposed to sunlight. Why would it need to if it lives that far underneath the surface? Another terrifying aspect regarding these deep-water vampire bloodsuckers is that they apparently don't have brains or eyes and simply use a sensory bulb to detect changes in light. Can you imagine coming across a brainless, eyeless, alien-looking creature that floats around in some ghost-like motion? At least it runs away from the sunlight, so we should all be safe. Number 1. King Ragworm. Talk about an alien invasion from the sea. The king ragworm comes straight from nightmares. Imagine the face of an alien, the body of a worm, and a will to feed on anything that it manages to capture in a mucus nest that they spin outside its burrows. These creatures grow to about 30 centimeters, but their biology alone should make everyone thankful these aren't land-dwelling beasts the size of dogs. Their mucus nests are not just traps but also serve as protective barriers, keeping them safe from predators while they wait for their next meal. King ragworms are also known to be highly aggressive when threatened, using their sharp, protruding jaws to defend themselves. What's even more unsettling is their ability to regenerate parts of their body. making them even harder to eliminate. Some researchers have observed that their mucus nests can stretch far beyond their burrows, creating a sticky web-like trap for unsuspecting prey. These creatures are also equipped with sensory organs that allow them to detect vibrations in the water, making them expert hunters in their environment. In some cases, they've been seen preying on animals much larger than themselves, using their powerful jaws to tear through flesh. Check this out. Typically, the king ragworms usually keep their jaws hidden, as their mouths are slightly down their body. When it comes to feeding time, they open their mouths and push their jaws out before turning their throat inside out so it becomes a proboscis. That's a bit freaky, right? Their jaws make them look like sea ants ready to devour anything that crosses their path. Again, us mere mortals should be thankful these monsters don't hunt humans. We'd be in quite a bit of trouble. Well, have you decided to stay far away from the depths of the sea? If you haven't by now, I'm afraid there's no hope for you. Just remember, there are things out there that are truly terrifying, and who knows, one day they might just come after you.